Oh, hi. I be Kai, and today I'm joined by you, the beautiful you, the one and only you. Anyway, I really want to talk about Injustice. Injustice 3 to be exact, the potential of it being the next game, voice actors somewhat confirming it being the next game. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on what that game could be and what I want it to be. Also, like and subscribe. It People say that it's good to say that, but it feels kind of stupid to do it. So let's just be obnoxious about it. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. Do it. Do it now. Like it. Share it with your friends. Tell your mom that she's pretty. All that fun stuff. Anyway, so Injustice 3, right? It is potentially going to be the next game in NRS's discography, right? Seems to be the next game lining up. They just do two Mortal Kombats back to back. So now they're going to go to their other franchise, Injustice. Now, Injustice 1 and 2 were games that, okay, Injustice 1 is a game that I enjoyed, and I played it quite a bit, and it was the first time they branched out with any other IP, and the, evil Superman story that everyone's so tired of all of a sudden was fun to me. I enjoyed that game story. I enjoyed the game's gameplay to an extent. I had my fun with it, and I'm not going to say that it didn't have issues, because it did, but I enjoyed playing that game. Injustice 2 came out, and they were focusing so heavily on like their gear system, and I didn't care about that. And then they were focused gameplay wise so heavily on like projectile based combat that I just couldn't give a flying F about. It bored me watching a lot of gameplay to the point to where I just didn't get the game. I I ended up getting it when it was on like a PlayStation Plus free monthly game or whatever, just because my nephew said, "Oh, we should play that." And then I played a couple matches with him, and then I probably played online for a little bit because he wanted me to. Like that that's the only reason I touched that game. The only way I kept up with the game was in tournaments. I love fighting games, and I love to watch the tournaments. I was watching Sonic Fox beat the brakes off people with what was it, like Deadshot in the beginning, because everyone was using the fucking annoying ass projectile god Deadshot, because that's just what the game revolved around. And then he went to some other characters, and one of the last characters I remember, one of the last characters I remember they use was Robin Hood, bitch, Red Hood. They were using Red Hood, and they were, giving people the mitts, and I was having fun watching it. But if I booted it up, I had damn near no fun. I just could not get behind this gameplay loop. I could not get behind all these projectiles. It's not like projectiles in fighting games are inherently bad. I think they're cool. I think they can be used really well. It's just that it seemed like Injustice's gameplay heavily relied on them, and I wasn't about it. I didn't like it, so I didn't play it. Simple. Then they made, their other games. They switched things up so much with Mortal Kombat. MK9 does not play like 10. Those two do not play like 11. Those three do not play like MK1. Like, they're all vastly different games with very different mechanics. And Injustice, it doesn't seem like that's the case. 1 and 2 play very similar to each other with small tweaks here and there. And I just don't want that for Injustice 3. I really don't. And it seems like a lot of people don't either. And I can't blame them. I want another Injustice fighting game because I love DC. I'm playing a video of Batman Arkham City right now. Like, I love Batman. I love The Flash. I love DC as a property to an extent. I'm like not the giant super fan that some people fucking try to be online. I like it enough to know that if they are dropping a new game with characters that I like from that universe, I'm going to play it. I'm going to be interested in it. Or yeah, at least I'm going to be interested in it. Like I said, I didn't really play Injustice 1 because I was interested, and then I started seeing more of their gameplay, and I was just done. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to go through that. I'm fine. So I just want to give my thoughts about what I want for Injustice 3 then. And I have two wants then. I want Injustice 3 to be vastly different from 1 and 2. I want them to change up the core gameplay to be unrecognizable from the first two. And I don't think that's like a bad thing from like Marvel vs. Capcom, right? MVC 1, 2, and 3, they switched up those games drastically. Like they're very different games, though at like their core, they do have some of the same familiar formula, but they don't all play the same. And I think that's good. They changed things up. They saw what worked, saw what didn't, and then they also just saw the things that they wanted to do. So for Injustice 3, personally, I kind of want a 2v2 fighter. I want what MK9 was. They really focused more on the 1v1 aspect of MK9 because Mortal Kombat, it seems like they want that to just be the 1v1 fighting game, and that's fine. If that's what they want, that's cool. Injustice doesn't need to be that. Injustice can be their tag fighting game, or can be their way of doing these types of mechanics and combat ideas that they won't do or can't do for MK. You know, I think this is a good IP to use for a tag-based fighter, and for them to be able to figure out how they can do that. And MK9, there was great move sets and things to where it just seems like they gave up on the idea of having it be a 2v2, and then they just focused from then on the 1v1, but then they still left the crumbs of the 2v2 experience that they had in there. I think they can go back to that and perfect that for Injustice. And you know, for people who are going to ask, like, why would Injustice be a tag fighter? Like, Batman is a perfect example, dude. There's like a Bat family, right? There's Batman and Robin, the dynamic duo. Why would you not want a fighting game where I can play as the dynamic duo? I can be Batman and Robin versus Superman and Supergirl, you know? Like, what a fun fucking matchup. How great does that sound? Batman and Robin versus Joker and Harley Quinn. You know what I mean? Like, these are just comic book things that you could have fun with. That's number one, right? That's if I saw that that's where Injustice was going, I'm already going to be excited. I'm like, fuck yes, I will give it a chance now. I will buy it. I will make videos. I will do online matches. I will have fun with the game, or at least try to, and I will give it a shot. And the second way I could do that is if, let's say that they want to keep it the 1v1, totally fine, but Injustice 3 is them going back to their MK versus DC. I think that's such a fun idea. They have established Injustice as its own IP now. They definitely have Mortal Kombat fans. They've tried this once before as Midway, right? And it did not go so well. This can be the redemption arc. This very much can be them being like, yeah, we definitely learned from our mistakes, guys. We see what a lot of people had issues with. Let's improve this. They've made several games in Mortal Kombat's universe since MK versus DC, and they've made 2 in Injustice. I guess you can count like several if you count like the arcade, like the mobile versions of Injustice and whatever. But yeah, like they've done games with these characters, and they've done them, in my opinion, well. Again, I didn't like Injustice 2's gameplay, but I don't think it's a bad game. A lot of people have good memories of it. I still see people playing it to this day. And the game still freaking looks amazing. Injustice 2 looks amazing. Injustice 1 didn't age as well, but Injustice 2 still fucking looks great, right? My complaint majority of Injustice 2 is just gameplay. Its gameplay just didn't hook me, and it wasn't something I was excited to go back to, so I just never did. So I think Injustice 3 could be their MK versus DC redemption arc. I really think that would be an amazing way to go. I think people would be very excited for it. A lot of people like a lot of people who play Mortal Kombat and play Injustice now, they're kids. They're younger individuals. I am 25 years old, so I was alive, and I was around 8 years old when MK versus DC came out, and I just thought it was the coolest shit ever. As I got older, I started seeing the flaws. I started seeing people's issues with them. And as a kid, I didn't care. I was fucking Scorpion fighting the Flash, dude. I was having a blast playing that game. It was so awesome. Kids these days playing these games, they don't even like, they've never played that game. All they know is videos on YouTube of people being like, this game sucked. What a terrible game. Don't play this piece of shit game. And so they just go reciting that information like that game's ass. No one likes it. Who cares, right? If they dropped a trailer for MK versus DC, right? Or Injustice 3, the Mortal Kombat invade, whatever, right? Like if they made that today, so many people would be excited. A lot of the younger generation would be fucking ecstatic. The main people who probably would be like on edge are people like me, older gamers who are like, shit, we've seen them do this before. I don't know how well this is going to play out, which is a valid criticism. But like I've said, I feel like they've earned trust in their fan base to make a game with those two properties and make it good and make a fun gameplay mechanic from it. That's just what I want from Injustice 3. They could very easily just do the next Injustice game. It is a legacy fighting game. It is the same thing from 1 and 2. It's projectile heavy as shit. That's gear system heavy as shit. And they're probably going to get their fans. And they're going to have their success. And that's okay too. I just hope that I hope that they understand that they could do more. That seems like that's such a safe option. And I'm not ignorant enough to know, like, to think that this is all NetherRealm's decision and this is all they're doing. We know that Warner Brothers is the company that they are, and they are going to push heavily for certain things. For instance, microtransactions. They love that shit so much. Mortal Kombat games or just NetherRealm games are riddled with microtransactions because Warner Brothers wants that. They know that that's a profitable way to make money. You know, they see all these other games do that. You know, like look what happened with Suicide Squad. They saw live service game equals money. We're going to do it. We don't care who. Oh, Rocksteady, who made these great Batman solo experiences, multiplayer game, please. Live service multiplayer game at that. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You know, like, I get that they can sway their gaming companies to do whatever they want because those are the ones that have the money. I just really, 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 really hope that they see the potential that they have with this franchise. And I hope they don't play it safe. I do not want the same kind of Injustice gameplay loop. I just really, really don't. And if they release this trailer, you know, within the next coming years, it's going to be a CG trailer, right? And they're going to show, they're going to show how beautiful the game is going to look. Then they're going to show whatever type of mechanics that they have lined up. You know, with Injustice 2, they kept showing all the fighters having their costumes change constantly to show you like, oh, our new gear system, you know, like they're going to do something like that. I really, 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 really hope that when that trailer drops, that a Mortal Kombat character pops up and then they're like, oh shit, MK versus DC, or that they show that our mechanics are different and here's how we're going to give you like a subtle hint to it. We're going to have two people fighting at once, you know, like I want that shakeup. I want that shakeup so bad. I'm so sick of NetherRealm's reputation always being slandered because of Warner Brothers' constant meddling and because of just poor decisions in game design for like Injustice and stuff, because they don't deserve this hate at all. They make great games and fun games, and they've been doing this for many years. I'm just very passionate about Mortal Kombat. I'm very passionate about superheroes. I love fighting games and I love this industry. And I just don't want to see Injustice 3 suffer the same fate as Part 2. I really don't. I want it to be the best goddamn game of Injustice that they've made. If it's the best game NetherRealm has ever made, dude, I'll take that too. I want it to be great. That's all I want. But yeah, video ended. I feel like this is a good time to start wrapping it up. As you saw there was some issues with the fucking loading of that game. But it's a good point to wrap it up. I think I've spieled about this game long enough, or about my critiques of the other games and what I want from this next game. So please comment below. Let me know what you think about Injustice as a franchise, NetherRealm as a studio, Mortal Kombat as a franchise, Injustice 3's potential release or inevitable release at this point. I don't know. Just, yeah, let's start a discussion. Tell me if this is something you're interested in. Tell me if this is something you're excited about. Tell me if you want gameplay changes, and if so, what kind? Do you love the way Injustice plays? Do you wish it's more like Mortal Kombat? Do you want Injustice 3 to be rated M and be bloodier and more graphic? Yeah, let me know. Tell me what's up. I don't know who the fuck you are. I can't read your mind. So let me in there, dog. Give me a little hints of what's to come. Anyway, I've been Kai. You've been beautiful. Thanks for listening and watching. And until next time, be good people.